this video, we're going to talk about this Powersmart 4400W Inverter Generator, and we're going to do it right now. Anytime a company sends me something like this, I don't automatically make a video and post it. Sometimes I will start filming the video and find out that it's not something that I would recommend, so I just scrap it. So if you are seeing this video, that means I am 100% supportive of this product and I'm recommending it to you. This company, Powersmart, reached out to me and asked if I wanted a free generator. And I said yes for a couple reasons. First of all, I have worked with Powersmart in the past. I made a video on their snowblower, which I really liked, thought it was a really great product. And the other reason is because I live in New England, and without fail, every year we lose power at least once. And I'm hoping that this is going to be the solution to my problem anytime we lose power. I want to run my refrigerator, I want to charge my cell phone, I want to run a couple lights, maybe put the TV on, and in an extreme emergency, hotwire the heat so my pipes don't freeze. Of course, that's not recommended. I'm not going to show you how to do that, but you can do it. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to set it up, show you how to start it, show you some of the features, and we're going to see how much it can handle. Before we get started, you can hook a generator up so that it can feed stuff in your house. So if you have a qualified electrician to put a sub panel in, you flip a switch, turn the generator on, and it will power certain things that you hook up to it, as long as you don't overload the generator. And that way you won't have to hotwire anything. So that's something to keep in mind. I might actually be doing that in the very near future. The first thing I want to point out about this thing is the design. I think it's a really nice design. It's really compact. Other generators that are similar to the 4400 watts are much bigger. This one is listed at about 70 pounds. And if you picture one of those big bags of concrete, those are 80 pounds. And if you can lift that, you can lift this thing. It is heavy duty, but it's not too heavy that you can't move it around. Let's do a quick deep dive into this eco mode and the fact that this is an inverter generator, and talk about the wattage and something called frequency. Bear with me if you can. I'll try and explain this as best as I can. When you hit this eco mode button, that is going to change the RPMs of the motor. It's going to kind of slow it down, and it's going to get quieter, and it's also going to save on gas. That's really cool. And what happens when you do that is it's actually going to maintain the frequency because it's an inverter generator. And that's important because in the US, it's standard that appliances and electronics have a frequency of 60 hertz, which is the rated frequency output of this generator. So if you don't have that, you could have, like if you're watching TV, you could have funny lines, it could change the picture, it could affect sensitive electronics and just mess them up and sometimes destroy them. But because it's an inverter generator, it is much safer to use for those sensitive devices. Also, the 4400 watts, that is the starting watts. So starting watts, if you have like a circular saw or a sump pump, something like that, it needs a lot of power to kick on that motor. And once it's running, that's the running watts. So this is 4400 starting watts. The running watts on this is 3500. And I'm going to put that to the test. My whole plan later in this video is just to hook up a bunch of stuff, mostly with high starting watt needs. And if you wanted to use the eco mode, you could use it for charging your cell phone or using something that doesn't have a lot of starting watts, but you want to have that off if you do have something that has a lot of starting watts. I hope that made sense. Let me know in the comments. So some cool things about this display. Right here, it's going to show you the voltage output when you start this. This is your running indicator. That'll let you know that it's running. Not that you wouldn't by the sound. But this is low oil level light, which is great. It'll tell you if the oil level is low and you can add to it. And this is an overload light. So if this light goes on, it's okay if it flicks on and off. but if it stays on, that means you're overloading the generator and you need to remove some things from it in order to prevent it from overheating. And then this thing right here, the output is really cool. So when you start plugging stuff in, this is what I'm really looking forward to, is seeing this rise and seeing 100%. That'll let you know how many things you can plug in before you overload it. You have your standard 120 volt outlet, 2 of them right here, and then this one is, it says right on it, recreational vehicle use only. That's for an RV. This would be great for camping. That's where you would hook that up for that. It has DC, USBs, so you can charge your phone and stuff like that. And they both come with breakers. So if you trip that, nice safety feature, you can flip it back on. Here's your engine switch on and off. It is a pull start, so you'll have to turn the switch on to start it and turn it off to stop it. It also has a parallel system connection, so you can get another one of these and run it in parallel to provide more power depending on your situation. And you have your ground right here as well. So it did not come with oil. It recommends 10W30 4-stroke oil, and here's where you fill the oil. Take this out, and that's the first thing I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna fill it. So look at this, it even comes with a funnel for the oil, which is nice. The oil capacity on this is 20.3 ounces, so I'm gonna fill it up nice and slow. Sorry about the noise, but I have to film this outside. And that reminds me, I'm hoping I don't have to say this, but never ever run a generator inside of your house, because the fumes can kill you, and it has happened, and it's very unfortunate. So you have to run it outside, keep it away from windows, just be safe. So you add a little oil at a time, clean off the dipstick, carefully put it back in, even, tighten it up. And when you pull it back out, you want the oil to be in between those hash marks. See, it says L and H for low and high. So I am right in between. It's kind of hard to see, but that's how you know you're good to go. You can put this back in. Now we can add the gas. And this takes, the capacity is 2.54 gallons. I'm just gonna put a gallon in. And I always like to use premium, because for the price, you know, you spend a couple extra cents to prolong the life of your engine. This is just like a lawnmower engine or anything like that. So I think it's worth it to get the good stuff. Here's another nice feature. You can see there's a fuel gauge on the top, so you can tell how much gas you have. And that's all I'm going to do for now. And always fill this while it's cold, never while the engine is hot. Now I want to start this up and run it without anything attached to it. Just, this is the first startup. I want to make sure everything's good. You have a little guide right here that can help you, but basically all it is make sure that switch is turned on, and then this is the gas shut off, so down is open. This is your choke, and you just pull the cord. I'm gonna have to do a lot of talking while this thing isn't running, but I do want to see how loud it is in both the economy mode and regular. But we're gonna give it a shot and start it up. First pull. That's awesome. It's really not that loud. For a generator, 4400 watt generator, it's not that loud, but I'm standing over here so you can hear me. The gauge reads 123 volts, which is perfect, right where it should be. I'm gonna go up and turn the economy mode on and see what the sound is like there. Yeah, that helped a lot. That is actually a lot quieter in economy mode. The first thing I'm going to want to power up when the power goes out is the refrigerator, because I want my food to stay frozen and my beer to stay cold. So let's plug this in and see how it goes. Start it up. Okay, so first test, good. My beer will be cold. And it looked like the output gauge was reading something, but not even, 25%. So we're gonna have to plug a lot more stuff into this. So here's what I got. I got a 500 watt halogen light, which will represent pretty much all of the lighting that I would be using if the power went out, and then some. 500 watts is a lot. I have a shop vac that pulls a lot of power. And then I have a compressor, things like this, a sump pump, and a table saw all have very high starting watts. I'm gonna start with the light, and then I'll go to the vacuum and the compressor and see. I doubt that it's gonna run all these. I'd be surprised. I'd be pleasantly surprised. But I think between the light, the vacuum, and the compressor, that would be a good representation of this being perfect for what I need when the power goes out. So let's try it out and see what happens. Well, that's impressive. Halogen light, compressor, vacuum, and table saw, all running off of this little guy. Some other things, if you're interested, technical data, just the big ones are, like I said, 72.8 pounds, right around 70 pounds. The noise rating, 68 decibels at 23 feet. So you can compare that to like a lawnmower is about 90 decibels when you're standing right next to it. You can do your research. I don't have a decibel meter to compare this, for distances and compare a lawnmower to it, but I will say it is pretty quiet. It has all kinds of other stuff here. It has the spark plug gap, and as a note, it comes with a spark plug socket, so you can take that out and change it. But if you need anything else, you can refer to the manual, and it's all in here. And as far as runtime of this generator, Powersmart says that at 50% capacity, so 50% of the load that this thing can handle, it can run for 22 hours with 2.5 gallons of gas. That's pretty good. And this inverter technology also is easy on your sensitive devices. So I'm going to test out the USBs, start this up, and plug in my phone and my iPad, just to prove how much I trust Powersmart. Now, one thing I don't know about this generator is if it will start up and run every year reliably, because it is brand new. Powersmart just came out with it. But I do have this snowblower that has been sitting in the shed for about 5 or 6 months since the winter. And I would imagine that the engine is of a similar quality. This is a 212cc, the other one's a 224cc. So what I'm gonna do is just pull this out, put some gas in it, and see if it'll start up. And that might give me a good idea of how the generator is gonna be. Always check the oil. One pull. So if you're in the market for a mid-sized generator like this that really packs a punch, I highly recommend this Powersmart generator. And I'm not the only one. You can check out the reviews on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description over to that. And keep in mind that's an affiliate link. So at no extra cost to you, I get a small commission anytime you buy something by clicking that link. And it helps support this channel, and I can make more videos like this one, that one, and this one. You can go check those out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely consider it. Thanks for watching.